Just a little bit quieter. Okay, we should be on.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock, I believe that's it. We acknowledge that the town of Winnipeg Beach is located on First Nations Treaty 1 territory, the traditional territory and ancestral lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and the homeland of the Red River Métis Nation. We respect the treaties made on these territories. We dedicate ourselves to move forward with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration to make Manitoba an inclusive and accessible place for everyone who lives here. I was saying I don't get these papers, but I was wrong. Before we move forward with the meeting, I would like to remind everyone in the gallery to refrain from conversations or other behaviors which may disrupt council proceedings. Thank you. Agenda item 4, approval of agenda. Be it resolved that the agenda for the January 14th, 2026 regular meeting of council be approved as presented. Mover, please. Barry. Seconder. Doug. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 5, confirmation of minutes. Be it hereby resolved that the minutes of the December 30th, 2025 regular meeting be approved as circulated. Mover, Barry. Seconder, Doug. All in favor? Carried. Excuse me. Agenda item 8.1, bylaw 03/2024, council indemnities updated CPI 2025. Whereas council of the town of Winnipeg Beach enacted council indemnities bylaw number 03/2024 to establish remuneration, indemnities, and related allowances for members of council, and where Schedule A of council indemnities bylaw number 03/2024 sets out the applicable rates and indemnities. Now therefore be it resolved, the council of the town of Winnipeg Beach hereby accepts and approves Schedule A 2026 rates as presented, forming part of council indemnities bylaw number 03/2024. Be it further resolved that the approved Schedule A/2026 rates shall take an effect on January 1st, 2026 and be applied in accordance with provisions of council indemnities bylaw 03/2024. Mover, please. Doug. Seconder. Barry. Discussion.
So on this agenda item, council, the rates are determined as by bylaw, that the increase would be equivalent to the CPI at November 30th of 2025. So that was a 2.2% increase.
And we never received an increase for 2024.
That is,
We've only had one increase.
there was only one increase, that
Correct,
is
so that's
correct.
only the second one in 4 years.
Correct.
Because initially we had said no, we waited, the optics were bad and we wanted to make sure that we did things.
There was no rate increase for the 2025 year. That
Or
is
the
correct.
2022. When we came out of that, yeah.
Right,
I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody was watching.
absolutely.
So we want to do this?
Yeah, I'm good for it.
CPI's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we originally proposed, that we would take the CPI rather than give ourselves a raise, like some other councils had given themselves raises, albeit big ones.
Yeah.
And we said because we were a new council that we wouldn't, we had no track record, so why reward no performance. So we just said, we'll just take whatever the CPI is.
Does it say on your chart there what the increases are?
The amounts?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Are
I
you-
didn't bring my computer.
That's okay.
Okay, are you wanting me to read the, current rates versus the, like, the 2025 rates to the 2026 rates?
Yes, please.
Sure. So the mayor's indemnity, 2025 current rates are $17,750.52. Adjusted rates for 2026 would be $18,141.03. The deputy mayor's indemnity, 2025 rate is $14,627.16. Adjusted rates for 2026 would be $14,948.95. Counselor's indemnity, 2025 rate is $13,843.08. Adjusted rate for 2026 would be $14,417.62. The maximum daily per diem, 2025 is currently $231.98. Adjusted rate for 2026 would be $237.08. And the council member hourly rate, currently at $30.93, would be adjusted for 2026 to $31.61.
So very modest.
It's super modest, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to other, when I heaven forbid, other municipalities, and plus the fact again, we never took a raise last year. So the rate that Jody's reciting is from 2024, because we never took one in 2025.
okay, I'll call a question, all in favor? Carried. Thanks for reading that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Agenda item 8.2, bylaw 02/2023, organizational update. Be it resolved that Schedule A committee appointments to organizational bylaw 02/2023 be hereby amended as presented. Mover, please. Bear. Seconder, Doug. Oops. All in favor? Or discussion on this? Sorry. This is where we go over them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we better have some discussion.
Yes. So we've got two standing committees of council, that have vacancies, since the passing of former councillor Kozlowski, as well as six external committees, as the Winnipeg Beach Legion has already advised that councillor Doug Jarvis has been appointed as the liaison.
Yeah, I'll sit with Doug on the public safety.
And I can sit with, do you want development?
There's development for a committee of council. Currently on development, there's a vacant seat for the chairperson, and the second member is councillor, or Deputy Mayor Houle.
So it's just for the chair?
Correct,
Okay.
unless council would like to change it, now would be the time.
Would you like to be the chair, or you want me to be the chair?
It doesn't, you can be the chair.
Okay.
That's fine. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got the East Interlake Handy Van.
Do we need anybody on there? He's a non-voting member. It's just an expense for somebody to go there.
At this point, we haven't conducted our review of committees to determine what are voting members
So then
versus
don't worry about it.
standing.
Are we gonna,
We should fill the seats at this time until that review has been completed and it has been brought to council for discussion.
so we can fill the spots and what happens if a meeting comes up?
If the meeting comes up, it would be as any other committee meeting. You would make that determination if you're available to attend.
Do we have no vote in that?
I am unaware at this point which
No,
committees are
okay.
voting members versus
Most of-
which are not.
In fact is, I don't know about Evergreen, there was no vote, we don't have a vote on that either. I say that because there's only like a few of us left now, and I don't wanna sound really, but I'm already on the executive for the Lakeside Seniors, and I'm already on the executive for the Legion, which is why I'm the liaison, so, I mean, I'm going 4 days a week as it is.
So, it's just a member of the committee as a name,
I'll do the handy this one.
okay?
We've got the Evergreen Basic Needs.
Yeah, I'll do that one as well.
Gimli Seniors Resource.
I'll do it so Barry doesn't have to do it anymore. I'm already on a seniors group already, so I
Okay.
might, it'll just add to the one I'm already on.
I'm not quite a senior, so.
Well, you look older than me.
Thank you.
Okay, the Historical Society Committee.
Do we need two on that one?
I think we had one with a backup, so, we could probably reduce that one just to one member. Mayor Potton, you were on that. Are we okay with
Yep.
keeping that?
Yeah, if he's the rep, I mean, I could be the fallback if necessary.
Okay. Okay, then we have, Interlake Tourism Association.
What's that entail?
They're an active organization, that supports, recreation, tourism, promotion. It would be, this would not be a board position, this would just be as, information and attending sessions.
Well, I like to know what's going on, you know, maybe something we can implement from it. I know I'd said before, if we're not voting, there's no point in being there, but if you can get some information out of it.
It's always good to have an ear in these organizations, just to stay in the loop and share that information with community members.
Perfect.
Okay. And then Interlake Women's Resource Center, Deputy Mayor Hool, we had you on there with a
Mhm.
second as, Councillor Kozlowski. You're okay remaining on that one?
Yep.
Did anyone wanna be the backup for that?
Yeah, we'll do that one, unless,
Okay.
which one?
What's half?
Interlake Women's Resource Center.
I thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to write it out if it was wrong.
Okay, and that was the last one because the Winnipeg Beach Legion liaison is
me.
going to be Councillor Jarvis.
And you can send us an updated,
Yes, I will
Okay.
send you all out an updated schedule.
thank you.
Okay, was there any other changes that you were interested in doing at this time? Our bylaw states that we review this to make any adjustments at this meeting, so.
I got one.
Okay, you wanna go?
We
Okay.
did that first.
Alright,
So we got her now?
we are good.
All in favor? Carried. I'm really glad I put that, holds my mouth now. 10.1 RBC Barrier Buster Grants Program. Whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach is committed to fostering an inclusive and accessible community for residents and visitors of all ages and abilities. And whereas Mr. Muir Park serves as a central recreation space for family and the broader community. And whereas the town recognizes that current playground infrastructure presents barriers for children and caregivers with disabilities, limiting meaningful participation, and whereas the RBC Barrier Buster Grants Program provides funding to support projects that improve accessibility in community spaces. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of Town of Winnipeg Beach authorizes the submission of an application to the RBC Barrier Buster Grants Program for funding to construct a new fully accessible playground at Mr. Moore's Park. The Council further commits to ensuring the project meets or exceeds accessibility standards, including CSA/ASC B651.23 and the principles of the Rick Hansen Foundation Accessibility Certification, RHFAC. The town confirms it will provide any required funding and in-kind contributions or other resources necessary to support the successful completion of the project, and directs the Chief Administrative Officer and relevant staff to undertake all actions required to implement the project if the grant is approved. Mover, please. Doug. Seconder. Barry. Discussion. Good, covers
No,
one.
I think this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.2, Tax Service Inc. Engagement Letter. Whereas the Municipal Act requires the municipality to conduct tax recovery proceedings every year, and whereas Council for the municipality deems it to be in the municipality's best interest to hire Tax Service Inc. to manage tax arrears recovery on its behalf. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Town of Winnipeg Beach hire Tax Service Inc. to manage tax arrears recovery on the municipality's behalf for a term of 3 years. And be it further resolved that the administration be and is hereby authorized to sign the Tax Service Inc. engagement letter on behalf of the municipality. Mover please, Barry. Seconder, Doug. Any discussion on this? Good?
Good.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.3, MAD Canada, request for sponsorship. Whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach has received a request for sponsorship, therefore be resolved the town of Winnipeg Beach authorize the amount of sponsorship advertising rate, size, and amount of to MAD Canada. Mover please. Bear. Seconder. Doug. Discussion.
Yeah, I think this is a very important cause or issue. I'd like to see the 1/8 page, if possible.
Doug.
Yeah.
I was gonna do business card, but I could back up 1/8. At least it shows that we're involved and we're concerned about that. But this MAD, and we all know who MAD is. MAD gets like 37 million in funding from multiple governments across the country. But I think it's in, at least that way we're supporting them and we show that we're supporting that initiative. So I can live with an 1/8 of the page.
So how much money are we talking?
An 1/8 is 419.
419.
I was 319, but I can support 419.
We're all good.
Again, I can go either way, it's whatever you would like to do.
I don't know. But
Stan, you're the,
I'll put in perspective, MPI and Saskatchewan General Insurance also sponsor, they're major sponsors for a lot of the, almost all the provinces, 7 out of 10 provinces. The LCBO is a sponsor, like these guys get incredible funding. But it's in our best interest to show that
It is a good organization.
Yeah, it's a good organization, it's our best interest to show that. So I can live with 419.
okay.
So, was 1/8 page?
Yeah.
1/8 page in the amount of $419.
$419, no cents.
No sense.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.4, Town of Winnipeg Beach, Commissioners designated officer appointment. Whereas the Municipal Act authorizes council to appoint designated officers for the administration and enforcement of municipal bylaws. And whereas the town of Winnipeg Beach has entered into an agreement with commissionaires for the provision of bylaw enforcement services and, whereas council deems it necessary in the best interest of the municipality to formally appoint individuals provided through the commissionaires as designated by law enforcement officers. Now therefore be resolved that the following individuals provided through commissionaires are hereby appointed as designated by law enforcement officers for the town of Winnipeg Beach, effective upon the passage of this resolution. Kevin Williams, Anna Oliviera, am I saying it right?
Yep.
Oliviera, yeah. Norbert Pelland, Jesse Adair, Corey Chetterbook, Russell Jeffrey, Emma Skillings. Mover. Good. Seconder, there. Discussion.
I got nothing on this one.
It's basically status quo,
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
this is a standard
and
process.
remind me, and not that that's my intention, remind me where, or how, we have the ability to dissolve this, correct? Like, they want 3 years out of this, but is there any other, I'm positive there was a sub-clause in there that said we could, with notice, because at the time that we,
Yeah,
Notice and reason.
we were
Yeah.
able to change,
because at the time that we did all this, there was some
right.
vagueness with our own bylaws.
So this is just to update the appointment of the designated officers, which we
Right.
should always be updating continually. It's not entering into any further
Right,
agreement.
yeah, it's just what we've had thus far, and what we, the reasons why we use them
Yeah.
are still current.
Correct.
Correct.
All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.5, proposal to subdivide file 4129-24-8379 revised. Whereas council received proposal to subdivide file number 4129-24-8379 revision for review and comment, therefore be it resolved that council of the town of Winnipeg Beach issue the following comments. No comment. Mover? Doug? Barry?
Yep.
Discussion? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 10.6, acknowledgement of council vacancy. Whereas a vacancy exists on council following the passing of the late Councillor Leonard Keselowski, December 18th, 2025, and whereas the next general municipal election is scheduled for July 24th, 2026, and whereas pursuant to subsection 105/1B, the Municipal Act Council may decide not to hold a by-election when a vacancy occurs within 12 months of the next general election, and the remaining members of council constitute a majority. And whereas council notes that the vacancy occurred shortly before the 6-month period referenced in the subsection 105(1)A, which begins January 24th, 2026, therefore it be resolved that council in accordance with subsection 105(1)B of the Municipal Act hereby decides not to hold a by-election to fill a vacancy, and the seat shall remain vacant till the next general municipal election on July 24th, 2026. Mover. Barry. Seconder. Doug. Discussion? All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 12.4, committee reports approval. Be it resolved the council accept the committee reports as presented. Mover. Doug. Seconder. Barry. Be resolved the council accept the committee reports presented. Any discussion on this one? Carried.
Call to question?
Oh, I did. Didn't I? No, I said any discussion, sorry. All in favor? God, I thought I said all in favor. But I thought it in my head.
Carried.
Jody, please.
Okay, roundtable discussion. So, to start off discussion, Mayor and members of council, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the recent passing of Craig Sidney, a longtime seasonal public works employee with the town of Winnipeg Beach. Craig dedicated 38 years of service to the town. He was a quiet but invaluable member of the public works team, known for his reliability, commitment, and care for his work. His contributions over nearly 4 decades have left a lasting impact on our community, and his passing leaves big shoes to fill. On behalf of the town, I extend our sincere condolences to Craig's family, friends, and colleagues. We thank Craig for his many years of dedicated service to the town of Winnipeg Beach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Jody.
Any other
Committee,
discussion?
yeah, council committee and board report.
Is there any other discussion?
Oh,
Anyone else have any other committees? Sorry.
I was just gonna, that's what I was just gonna say now.
Okay,
I
sorry.
wasn't gonna read the resolution. Roundtable, well, this is still part of roundtable,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I even got her to print an extra sheet out for me, and I still messed up.
I haven't attended anything.
No, this month is, there's nothing.
No,
I have one next Monday.
I have a bunch of them coming up. Mover. Seconder. All in favor? That I remember. Carried. I'm gonna put something in that's not an agenda. If anybody's wondering why, with 2 counselors, I asked them, and I look up to see, I still have to record who did what, and it still has to be asked that question. You can't just assume that they moved it.
That Barry's listening.
Well, we can assume that. Agenda item 15.1, in camera. Be it hereby resolved, council moves into camera at,
6:28 p.m.
boy, that was just like that clock. To discuss matters are in the preliminary stages, and be it further resolved that any matters discussed while on camera be held confidential until such time as discussed in open council. Move it. Barry? Seconder? Doug? All in favor?